Oh shit. Here we go again.
What's this? 3 years of radio silence, and then I'm suddenly showing up in your feed like nothing ever happened? So I want to start out by saying that I do enjoy this game, and throughout the entirety of the video, I am pretty harsh on it. But it's only coming from a place of wanting it to succeed. So with the overindulgent intro out of the way, what is Saurian? Well, it's the only single-player dinosaur sim I've been able to find, so if you're looking for that experience and don't want to play a multiplayer game like The Isle or Path of Titans, then this may be worth checking out simply based on that. Though I'd be lying if I told you it didn't have its problems. And oh boy, does it have a lot of them. On the one hand, the game is still being actively developed, but the length of time it's taking for anything of any real significance to be added is glacial. At the time of recording, Saurian has been available to purchase through Steam's Early Access program for 4 years. Now, from what I understand, the devs behind this game are not full-time developers, and this is more of a passion project for them. But for those that backed the game on Kickstarter or purchased it through Steam, the snail's pace of development is quite irritating. So, as I mentioned before, Saurian's been in early access for 4 years. And throughout that period of time, there have been minor updates, but the only real major update was the addition of the Triceratops. And that was only in October of last year, or 2020 for those of you watching in the far future. So we've got 4 years of early access, and only two playable dinosaurs in the game, that being the Dakota Raptor and Triceratops. The mechanics behind these animals, while interesting, does not justify the amount of time it has taken for them to be implemented, in my opinion. Now, bit of an aside here, but I've actively made games on and off my whole life, though never released them. That's not to say I'm a professional developer, but I do feel that 4 years of part-time dev work is more than enough time for this game to have at least had more playable dinosaurs added. Now, maybe that's a bit presumptuous on my part, and while I can't speak for the everyday lives of the devs, this is certainly a point of contention in their community. The mechanics behind the Trike and Raptor are just far too minimal to justify waiting 4 years for anything of real significance. Now, this bit really hurts. The music in this game is fucking phenomenal. Alright, now let me tell you what's wrong with it. So clearly, the music's pretty inspired, but it's so poorly implemented it almost makes me want to cry. It's not dynamic at all, and will come in abruptly or suddenly shut off without any notice. Like, seriously, take a listen to this. I didn't edit that. That's just how it is. It's a damn shame, too, because, as I mentioned previously, the soundtrack for this game is truly excellent and very unique. Gameplay wise, it's a dinosaur sim. Your only real goals are to eat, drink, grow, and not be eaten yourself. Don't go in expecting a deep or complex game loop. That's literally it. Not that I'm complaining. If you expect like a quest system or something similar that you would find in, say, Path of Titans, You're not gonna find it here. This is just core survival. The AI is, well, questionable at best. Prior to writing the script for this video, I saw lots of Steam posts about how excellent the AI was in this game, and I'm not sure I know why. It's certainly passable, but you can and will witness dinosaurs frequently doing immersion-breaking things, launching each other into the air, or clipping through trees, swimming into a river, getting to the other bank, and then swimming into that same river again to go back where they came from. You get the idea. Just like the rest of the game, they're kind of buggy and prone to breaking down. Now, this being the only single-player dinosaur sim that I'm aware of, I suppose beggars can't really be choosers here. But just like the music, it's a real shame, and they clearly still need a lot of work.
Just like everything else in this game, am I right?
Now, I know throughout the entirety of this video, I've been really negative and quite harsh. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't able to glean some enjoyment from this game. In fact, I'll probably continue to play it. But I don't know for how long, at least in its current state. It's so blatantly unfinished and lacks any level of polish that it really detracts from the experience. But when the stars align and something isn't actively breaking in front of you, it can be quite immersive and quite fun, and you can lose yourself in this recreation of Hell's Creek 66 million years ago. I didn't really mention it before, but the level of detail and research that has gone into this game is astronomical. From what I understand, they've got a paleontologist on the team, maybe more than one, and they're actively trying to recreate what the world would have looked like, what these animals look like, according to fossil records. You might have been wondering why the Dakota Raptor looks like a fucking 6-foot tall chicken. That's why. So that's really cool, and I bet if you're a paleontologist or a big dinosaur buff yourself, it's probably pretty frickin' neat. But at the end of the day, this is a video game. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this new format, I mean, I've got like 10 subscribers, so, I've got a huge audience, so boy. But anyway, I'm just rambling now. I really do appreciate you taking the time to check out my content. Take care, and thank you again.